We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tận thịnh, phi thứ pháp hội cấp nhớ thiết chúng sanh. Tình chuyên diệu phạm luân, giáo đạo ngã mùng. Như há liêu sanh thoát tư, ly khổ đạc lạc, tập chứng vô sanh. Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one. Nam mô Sa Đan Tô Sư Chế Đô Ye La Hơ Đi San Miao San Pu Tô Xie. Nam mô Ta Thác Tha Tô Ya Đa Ya La Đế Tam Miao Nam Bồ Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma, 100,000 million aeons, is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai jian wan jie nan chao yu. 我今见闻得受持，愿解如来真实义。O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Venerable Master, Great Master Ching Liang, Venerable Master YongHua, all good knowing advisors and all monks and nuns, Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、清凉大士、师父上人、各位出家人、各位善知识，弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Thanh Lương Đại sư Hòa thượng Tiên Hóa, quý thầy cô và các vị trí thức A Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 7th of July 2023. We're here in Dharma Treasury Temple to continue discussing the prologue to the Avatamsaka Sutra prepared by Great Master Ching Liang. This is the very last night of the lecture Dharma talks during the summer chi here at Dharma Treasury Temple. And so, as usual, if you like, you can give us some feedback and some comments or suggestions about the Chanchi or the summer chis that we went through. And if not, then we can go into the learn the Dharma. Anyone? Way Mountain.
I just want to say thank you, Master, for putting these together twice a year. I think everybody gets a lot of benefit out of these retreats. I know I certainly do, but I think everybody gets a ton of benefits, and I'm just so grateful that you really put in the effort, and you and all the people who help and the other left home people put in all the effort to really do this every year. It's really great to see, and it's really inspiring as well. And it really helps me and helps other people too. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for the feedback. It's teamwork. So a lot of people put efforts into this, and it's rather labor intensive. And so I'm also grateful for the help and the support for all of you. Yes, Way Mountain.
Hello, Master. I just would like to thank you for giving us an opportunity to work so hard on our meditation. Normally, I fast for 9 days, but I wasn't able to do so. I'm going to finish out at lunch tomorrow with 7 days. However, even though it's a shorter time, it's amazing how I don't feel like I lost the days per se, but I still got a lot out of it. So thank you very much to you, Master, the Sangha, and all the lay people who helped make this happen every day. It's been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I'm glad that you took the time to come and join us, all of you as well. And I'm actually very, very happy that I see that some of you have improved, and it's remarkable in that this is a great opportunity for all of us to create blessings by contributing to this chi process here, chi technology here that you've been able to carry out every single year, twice a year, here in the U.S., but as well as in Korea and in the future in other countries as well. So it's a great opportunity for all of us to plant blessings. Yeah. Yes, Way Mountain.
Hi, Master. This is Sarah. I'd like to thank you for providing this safe and peaceful Way Mountain Temple for us. I just retired. I went through a difficult time, and then I was able to be here and relax and de-stress. And also, this Chanchi is so special because my sisters are here. So the Kim's families are here, and then also Tiana is here. So I'm very grateful that providing this place so we could get together and we cultivate together. Of course, Peter is here too. Thank you.
Wow, it seems like the Way Mountain Temple is a place for family gathering. Isn't that wonderful? It's the first time. And first time you also have someone retire as well. Okay, congratulations. Yeah, and see how long it lasts. Yeah. All right, wonderful. Yeah, it's one of the things that as you practice Chan, you will notice that your interpersonal relationships will improve because you're much happier inside and you're a lot more patient outside. Okay, and so it helps. It helps when in this world where everyone is so pressed for time and only look out for oneself. I think it's worthwhile to remind ourselves that it's more to it than just ourselves. It's we should go for higher calling, for higher aspirations, and just satisfying ourselves, our small egos. Okay, and And after these training sessions, I hope that you will use your skills and your insights to have a happier life, a more meaningful life. Yes, Way Mountain.
Thank you, Master. I really appreciate you bringing up interpersonal relationships. When I first came to Wu Mountain Temple, that was specifically the help and the I was looking for. The problems I was trying to solve was to improve with my interpersonal relationships. And today at work, actually, unsolicited, I had a client thank me for my patience, which 8 years ago would never have been the case. So I want to say thank you specifically to you and to the Sangha and to my Dharma family for all of your support as I've learned to cultivate better interpersonal relationships. And especially this Chan Chi, I wanted to express my thanks for our YouTube audience, of course, and everyone who is communicating so well. I haven't heard such an active Chi ever, and it's been so wonderful hearing from everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's getting better. Actually, everyone is speaking more freely and openly. And in fact, it's surprising to me that, us Asian cultures, we're not strong in communications. I don't know about you, but most Asian families, I don't feel that the parents put enough emphasis on developing communication skills in their children. I notice the Caucasian families are much better at it than we are. And it turns out at our temple, we have a Caucasian person who learning communication skills from us. Something to celebrate. And in fact, what Peter just said about is at work, not only you get better with your colleagues and with your bosses, but also you tend to be happier. You getting along just one of the skills that the young generation don't understand enough, and they don't have the means to develop them enough, and it's if you're looking for a job, one of the very often sought after skills is interpersonal communications. The Japanese used to call it teamwork and so forth. It's way beyond that, so I feel that part of your wisdom is to know how to communicate better and in solving the problems. Yes, in the back, the shaker. Yes, too.
Yeah, but hey, my family and I also would like to thank you and the Sangha team and volunteers and everyone here for welcoming our family. We were able to stay here, all three of us, including my daughter and husband, and everyone has been so kind and welcoming, and we were able to cultivate together and grow and learn here. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity and for what's provided for us here. And we will definitely come out of this experience better people, and we have everyone to thank for that.
Well, thank you for your positive feedback. I'm glad that you took the time to join us, and do come back more often. There's some people, who come to the temple and they probably are disappointed because we simply cultivate. We're not trying to become more popular, get your money, or anything at all. Part of this process is to cultivate, to practice the Dharma so that we create more blessings. And that's how we quietly contribute to the world. You create wealth. Blessings is wealth. Okay? We'll translate into wealth. To translate into well-being. So I feel that very quietly we all are contributing to increasing the welfare and the well-being of the community, and for you individuals and your families as well. So thank you for joining us. Yes, Way Mountain.
Thank you, Master. Even though this isn't directly related to the Chanchi, I wanted to share that I have been worried about my son, especially during the pandemic. He became quite morose and overwhelmed with everything that was going on, and he felt there wasn't a real response from the government to help, and all the kind of problems we were facing at that time. And my daughter was also, really worried about these things. And there were other issues that they were going through. When I first got into being here at the temple, my kids were already grown. So my influence about bringing them to the temple wasn't the same as if they were little kids. But I found that by, transferring my merit and virtue to them all of the time, I think it's really helped them. So in that respect, I don't worry about them now. I see that they're actually finding their own ways to become more active, finding things that they can get involved in. I'm talking mainly about my son. And my daughter too has. So I'm very grateful that I learned about that through your Dharma, and that I can find ways to share with my family where they don't really realize that it's happening. I'm very grateful that they have their own personal growth, and I see that they're finding happiness and able to come out of a lot of sadness or depression. So thank you so much, Master.
Thank you. You've been with us for some time now, quite a long time. And we've been learning a lot together. I learned from you as well. And one of the things that she brought up that's very important is blessings. Not just blessings, but goodness blessings. I'm not even talking about good blessing, I'm talking about goodness blessings. What we do is to nurture the goodness in our hearts. Okay? And your blessings that comes from the goodness of our hearts. And that's how I feel very strongly about it's the best way for us to take care of our families by giving them goodness blessings. When people talk about good and bad, they only think of good as profitable, as advantageous, but there's a difference between good and goodness. Goodness, to me, is to do good, to benefit others. Okay, and so So that's a kind of, this is what we stand for, which is what the Buddha Dharma stands for, is to do good for others. Okay? Well, that's as exemplified by my late Chinese master, Master YongHua. He spent his entire life benefiting others. It's a role model that I can't measure up to, honestly. And but however, we try our best in cultivating the goodness in our hearts. And so in doing that, we're creating blessings that we can share, that you can give to the people you care for. And if you have these goodness blessings, then good things will happen to them. And that's the thing. People look at profits as the measure in terms of promotions, in terms of money, in terms of fame, and so forth. But worldly people fail to understand the bottom line. The bottom line is all the fame, all the money, all the profits, all the recognition. Does it make you happy? Does it make you feel better about yourself, about your life, about each other? And that's what's lacking in today's wisdom, in the ordinary people's view of life. Okay? Does it make you feel better in your heart? We're not talking about your stomach and your tongue and your ears and your nose. All right? So if we collectively generate goodness blessings and we give them to the people we care for, will be better. They will be better off naturally. Okay? And that's what I feel. The Chinese Buddha Dharma doesn't emphasize enough. Of course, that's part of the depth of the Chinese Mahayana teachings, but unless we cultivate it and unless we produce results, it will get lost. The Buddha Dharma and the cultivation no longer make sense. Okay. Yes, 8.
Hi, Master. I also wanted to take this opportunity to thank you and the Sangha team for putting together such a great environment for us to cultivate. As someone who's newer to the temple, newer to DTT, I've been coming for the past couple of months. I feel like I've gotten a lot out of Chan. It's been great to see so many people at the temple. I think usually there's, at the regular, maybe four to five regulars on the weekend usually. So it's been great meeting all of the Dharma brothers and sisters that traveled, far and wide to come here to cultivate. It's been great. So thank you.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you could join us, and thank you for the feedback. Yes, everyone. Yes, 5.
안녕하세요. 진옥순이입니다. 이곳에서 한 달간 불칠과 선칠을 함께하게 되어서 너무나 감사드립니다. 이렇게 참여하게 된 것에 한국의 보라선언, 보산사 그리고 미국 사찰의 스님들과 대중스님들에게 모두 회항하고 싶습니다. 이곳에 모든 승가와 제가자분들의 정말 진실한 수행 전진 모습을 되게 감명 깊게 받았습니다. 너무 감사드립니다.
Hello, I'm Jinuk Sunim. So thank you for this opportunity for cultivating here for last 1 month. And I wanna transfer my merit and virtue to all of assembly in all the temple and sangha, and I was very impressed to see how sincerely people cultivate here. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Sunim, for coming and joining us from so far away. She has a very busy schedule. She's in high demand in Korea. It's not like she has a lot of free time at all. And yet she chose to come here all the way to San Francisco to cultivate with us. And she fasted for how long? How many days? 3 days? For the first time, she came here to the United States and she fasted for 8 days. Did I hear 18? Wow, first time, 18 days. 18 days, wow. Difficult.
그런데 오히려 저는 단식할수록 그 몸 안과 밖에가 그 평형 상태를 이루어지는 느낌이 들어서 되게 편안했습니다.
But actually, when I fast more, I feel comfortable. I felt there's a balance between my inside and outside.
Whoa, that's strange because people who fast for 18 days, they're miserable. They hate it. They cannot wait to end it. Huh? Well, thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Okay, anyone else? That's YouTube.
Diego says, Emitofuo Master, I want to say thank you, Master, and thank you to the Sangha and all the Dharma protectors that support Master on holding the Chanchi. It really is a great blessing to be able to participate. In the Chanchi, I feel recharged and would like, along with the Spanish team, to step more into spreading Master's Dharma into our communities and reach more young people. Thank you, Master. Emitofuo.
Very good. That's Diego. And he also fasted as well for quite a while. And so we thank him for his participation, his hard work. Anyone else? What did you learn? You keep on thanking and thanking and forget about what did you learn this summer chi. Anyone learn anything they'd like to share with us? Nothing. I see. Way bound.
Thank you, Master. I learned I should not try to fast. I should not try to do a long sit after or while I am at past, let's say, 5 days. I was trying to do a long sit, and I only got to 10 hours. So I learned that I was too weak to really do it.
The fasting and long sits don't mesh?
Master.
I see. Okay. You're right. I never tried that either. I usually sleep when I fast. Okay. Anyone else? Huh? It's a lot of experiences you all are going through individually. You share them, we can learn. We're helpful for all of us to learn from each other's experience. Yes, 3, and I'll go to 5.
Thank you, Master. This is my first Chanchi. Thank you for accepting my family into this beautiful temple. I learned a lot. During this time, I learned that it takes a lot of time and effort to be able to sit for long periods of time. And I learned that the rolling that my wife is doing is normal. And thank you for thank you for everyone who is coming up to me and ensuring her and myself that she's in good hands. So
admit it, you were worried, weren't you?
I try not to show it, but I was.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. So this particular case here, that of course, for some reason, a lot of our people shake and do weird things. And of course, it's worrisome. But we learn to tolerate it and actually encourage it, because it's actually a very good thing for them. I mean, there's no need to repress it. Okay, and so I thank all of you for your tolerance and your patience as well, because when we first started, we had to hide these people. We called them at Wei Mountain Temple. We basically cordon them off in the parlor. You see Wei Mountain Temple, you see right there in the back, behind the glass wall there, in what we call a parlor. And so typically, we would get some partitions and cordon off a corner in the back of the parlor for what we call the crazy people. And so they did the things. They shook and they hit the heads and they hit the chest and they did a lot of strange things without scaring anyone. Okay, so that's how it started years ago. Okay, and so nowadays, because there's so many of you who went through it, we can relax and embrace it all. Okay, all right. Yes, YouTube.
Diego says, Emitofuo Master, I felt so many changes in my body and my mind during the fasting. I saw there are days where my body responded differently. On the 3rd, 12th, and 15th day, my mind as well. My mind while I was at the temple was not afflicted by worldly stuff. Now that I'm out again, I'm not as afflicted as before. My mind got so much faster and my tolerance for leg pain increased, even though I still sit in half lotus. And I felt so much clarity that when Master was lecturing, I could listen to him and see how I can put the teaching into my life situations.
Whoa, that's some wisdom somewhere there. Who is this?
Diego.
Diego, I see. Okay, very good. After all this time, only half lotus?
And one more comment from
Yes.
Fang Lan. Just want to express gratitude for Master and the Sangha. 2 years into my practice, from the same darkness as Coco Lee, helpless, desperate, exhausted to maintain the calm, glory surface so no one can tell. Now I felt lifted, no longer need to fight, nor do I need to control, suppress, or fear for my depression. Chan enables me to embrace my depressed self with kindness and compassion, also to support more people with the similar experiences.
Yeah, very good. Thank you for the feedback. You go through this process here where it's challenging for you physically and mentally as well, and emotionally. And there's the thing. If you do not quit, then it changes you, it transforms you. That's the secret. The environment is nothing special. It's just you have a bunch of people cultivating together, and mainly is that we're not seeking anything out of you. There's no scheming to get anything out of you at all. That's why you don't feel threatened. Okay, and of course, so honestly, our kung fu level is much higher than yours. That's why when you go in this environment, it's you're much calmer than you were by yourself. Okay. But the process it requires you to put in the hard work and endure the difficulties, and that's how you learn to address your problem and solve your problems and open your wisdom. Okay, and this particular disciple of mine here, she's been with us something like 2 years, and she's been progressing very, very well in spite of the fact her schedule is full. The whole day is filled with work and family and so forth. So for her to be able to practice requires a lot of self-discipline and commitment. It's amazing. And of course, support from her family as well. So she has a lot of blessings. And so I'm pleased that she's continuing to make progress. Yes, Wei Mountain.
Thank you, Master. I'd like to just take a moment to give a shout out to Gerard there at DTT, Twee's husband. I had a chance to get to know the couple here as part of our regulars at Way Mountain. And I just want to say how much I really appreciate how really supportive he is of his wife. And just really there for her, and asked really good questions to try and figure out what do we do here and all that sort of stuff. Curious as to why she wants to come here. And then to be there at DTT and to be just like, oh my God, she's moving it all around. What's this about? But still there for her and supportive. So shout out for you. Congratulations. Great job.
Yeah, good job. Yeah. All right, thank you, Vicky, for bringing it up. Anyone would like to praise Vicky? Yes, Wei Mountain.
Thank you, Master. I've learned a couple things this Chan Chi. The first thing I've learned is that crazy people are people too. Thank you for accepting them in the Buddha Hall and getting to have exposure to all the things that they go through. I think it's really good, and I appreciate that. The other thing I've learned is early on cultivating with you shared that you have faith and verify, and for a long time, I've had faith in you and the Sangha and disciples being able to do lots of cool things. And between Fo Chi and Chan Chi and all the events leading up to it this year, I had faith that the Dharma seat at DTT would get designed, that cameras would get installed, that teams would come together and lift heavy fans onto roofs, treacherous conditions, and I think I learned, I verified. I don't know, I might have misspoke there, excuse me. I think not only have I had faith that this would happen, but I learned and I verified that the Dharma technology is safe and sound and ready to scale, and that just means the world to me. Thank you, Master.
Yeah, thank you for bringing it up. It's a lot of people who somehow form teams because they enjoy pitching in and doing things for the temple. You know, the temple maybe not that big, but it's a church. So we need to retrofit it so that it suits our needs and our purposes. So it's a lot of work. So I apologize for all the construction, all the mess we have here. For example, the altar is not finished, even though we were hoping to be ready for the summer cheese, but we weren't. And so we're learning a lot through this process. And I really appreciate all the people who pitched in every time we asked for help. People generously gave the time and the support for our projects, and that really means a lot to us. Okay, thank you for that. Anyone else? Yes, 5. Sorry to keep you waiting.
감사합니다, 마스터. 제가 벌써 여기 오게 된 게 한 2년째인데 벌써 3번이나 왔거든요. 근데 이번 같은 경우에는 제가 조금 힘든 상황에서 오게 됐었는데 다행히도 가족의 도움으로 인해서 제가 이 자리에 와서 선칠, 불칠까지 할 수 있었는데 제가 출발하기 전 3일 전에 저희 아들이 목에 종양이 7.5cm 정도의 크기가 이렇게 발견됐다는 걸 알고 사실 와야 되나 포기를 해야 되나 했는데 그냥 남편하고 아픈 아들이 엄마가 여기 있는 것보다 엄마가 하고 싶은 미국에 가서 하고 싶은 수행을 하면서 그 기도에 힘을 주는 게 본인에게도 더 힘이 될 것 같고 안심이 될 것 같다고 그래서 그 가족의 응원으로 여기까지 왔습니다. 그래서 너무 감사하고요. 가족의 도움이 있어서. 그리고 이번에 경험은 제가 올 때마다 이제 단식을 어떻게 하게 돼서 했는데 이번에는 처음으로 불칠 기간에 제가 단식을 좀 했는데 사실 선칠 때 하는 것보다 너무 힘들더라고요. 그래서 중간에 불칠 이틀 하고 있는데 허리가 너무 아파서 정말 그 순간에 뛰쳐나가서 그냥 누웠고 싶었는데 이런 순간 이러면 안 될 것 같다. 너무 어렵게 가족의 도움이 있고 제가 어떻게 이렇게 오게 됐는데 정말 열심히 끝까지 마치고 싶은 그 마음이 간절해서 그냥 허리 아픈 통증은 순간 이거는 그냥 생각일 수다. 이거 딱 잃어버리고 3일째 되는 날부터 집중을 하고 연불에만 집중을 했는데 너무너무 신기하게도 한 텀 한 텀 그냥 눈을 감고 딱 연불하려고 하면 딱 끝나는 것 같고 그런 경험이 있으면서 하루가 지났는데 언제 허리가 아픈 거 느낀 적이 없었던 것처럼 진짜 허리가 너무너무 가볍고 좋아진 거예요. 그래서 계속 집중만 하고 연불을 하고 경행할 때도 그렇고 앉아서 할 때도 그렇고 근데 그 다음날 또 심장에 호흡이 좀 가쁘게 올라오고 위가 너무 아파서 앉아있을 수가 없는데 또 그냥 무조건 다 잃어버리고 오로지 집중하고 그냥 참고 연불을 했는데 그 또한 또 신기하게도 시간이 지나면 또 금방 다 없어지고 그러면서 저는 몸이나 이렇게 감정적인 거나 그렇게 흔들리지 않고 굉장히 안정이 되고 몸은 하루하루 갈수록 너무너무 가벼워져서 굉장히 제가 힘을 얻어서 불칠까지 마치고 선치를 하게 됐습니다. 그래서 처음 불칠 때 단식을 하고 했는데 정말 너무 허리부터 온몸이 고통이 일주일 내내 나와서 힘들긴 했지만 무조건 집중하면서 연불을 하다 보니까 그걸 다 잊어버리고 몸도 치유가 되고 그러면서 마음적인 것도 너무 평온해지고 그러면서 이제 힘이 생기다 보니까 지금 사실은 제가 이렇게 앉을 때 항상 결과부자를 하고 앉을 때 허리를 좀 구부리는 상태를 계속 지금까지 사실은 번갈아가며 가서 했는데 이번에 같은 경우에는 너무너무 몸이 너무 가벼워져 가지고 지금 뭐 이렇게 법문 시간이나 계속 선칠 동안 앉아서 있어도 허리에 힘이 생겨 가지고 그냥 너무 가볍게 앉을 수 있게 됐어요. 그래서 이번에 그냥 너무 좋은 나름 그냥 열심히 그냥 최선을 다해서 한 것 같고 오롯이 저는 제가 지금 한 건 그냥 참고 힘들어도 그냥 고통 있는 거 잊어버리고 무조건 참고 하게 되다 보니까 이렇게 선치를 잘 마감할 수 있게 돼서 너무 감사하고요. 그리고 이런 자리 정말 이렇게 소중한 자리 마련해 주셔서 마스터께 감사하고 그리고 모든 성가분께 그리고 여기 계신 모든 우리 제가자 불자들 여기 미국에 계신 분들 너무 친절하게 너무 살펴봐 주시고 배려해 주셔서 너무너무 감사합니다. 정말 많은 것을 배우고 얻어서 제 마음 속에 간직하게 가게 되는 것 같아요. 한국에 돌아가서도 이런 마음 제가 잘 기억하고 간직해서 저도 저 개인보다도 상대방을 위해서 오는 도반 남을 더 위해서 제가 도와줄 수 있고 행복하게 할 수 있는 사람이 되도록 더 많은 노력하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Master. It's been 2 years since I joined this Fochi and Chanchi, and this is my third time. Especially this time was very difficult, but owing to thank for my family's support, I was able to come here. Before leaving here, before coming to here, my son found that there is a tumor in his neck. So I was hesitating whether I come here or not. But my family said that if it's better to go to USA and practice there and pray for him, that's much better. So owing to my family's support, I was able to come here, and I'm really thankful for that. And for the first time, I fasted during Fochi, and it was very difficult fasting, more difficult than fasting during Chanchi. From the second days, my back was very hurt, so I wished to lie down, but I want to finish. I don't want to quit, and I want to finish my Fochi. So I don't think about my back pain. I just concentrate on the recitation and keep reciting Buddha's name. And after one day, my back pain disappeared and my body became light. So I keep concentrating and doing this recitation. And the next day, it's very hard to breathe, and I have a stomach pain. But I endured, and then I keep reciting. Then they disappeared, and my body and mind become stable. And so I learned that concentration on the recitation, by concentrating on recitation, I forget about my back pain, and my mind become comfortable, peace, and my body become healed. And usually when I sit in full lotus, it's very hard to straighten my back, but my body become light, and my back has some strength, so it's very easy to sit. So I just did my best. I endured the pain, and I forget about that. So I'm really thankful to finish my chanchi. So I'm really thankful for this opportunity to Master and Sangha and lay people. They treat me very kindly and they care for me. So I'm really thankful about that. I learned a lot, and then I'll keep this mind and go back to Korea. So I'll try my best to work for others. Thank you.
Very good. What she's saying, what she talked about through her experience, is that she chose to endure the difficulties. Part of the training is to make you endure what's difficult to endure, as Master YongHua would like to say, would like to put it. She has the blessings. That's why she's able to get support from her family. That's very important, because without the support, she would be sitting there and worrying about her family and feeling guilty. And so it takes blessings for her not to be able to worry about it in spite of all the obstructions and difficulties externally. And then internally, she had to endure the difficulties. You think that after all this experience that she would be have smooth sailing because she's done it before, and this is the third time she's been here. But actually, each time is different, and each time you have to learn to endure the difficulties. Okay, and that's part of the learning process. Okay, and so I'm glad that she's like the majority of the Koreans. They're very hardworking and they're very sincere in their cultivation. Their culture is very special in that they have to endure a lot of hardships and a lot of challenges since a very young age. Okay, it's getting tougher and tougher for the young generation. And they really are expected to cram and work hard without really, being taught or being encouraged to develop skills, to have more stamina, and to work better at solving their challenges and their restrictions. And so I feel that for those young people, maybe in Korea, for example, particular, as evidenced by all these senior citizens and these experienced people here, that if the young Koreans were taught the Chan technology, they'll be better off. They'll be tremendous assets to the country and to the world. I encourage the world to go to Korea and recruit the skills there. Okay. The only drawback on the young Koreans, though, is that they get burned out. They don't have the stamina. Okay, I met many young Koreans who graduated with master's degrees and PhD degrees from great universities in Korea. They burned out and they get depressed. Okay, that's the drawback to that system, is that the ones who survive are tremendous assets, but the average would be burned out, would experience a burnout and experience mental issues, okay, stress and depression and so forth. So I feel that maybe you Koreans will one day will teach your own people that the Korean government has wisdom. They support. They spend a lot of money on supporting spiritual endeavors. They support the temples. They support the churches and so forth. And hopefully one day one of these leaders will have the foresight to say, that's adopt the Chan technology to make our people even more incredible assets for the whole world. Yes, Wei Mountain.
Thank you, Master. Thank you for speaking about young people burning out. I wanted to specifically share that was my experience. I'm a previous young person. I'm an older person now. I think I was 34 when I came to Lu Mountain Temple and was on the verge of burnout. Cultivating Chan specifically helped me not burn out, and it helped me improve my interpersonal skills, which directly contributed to me increasing my endurance. The people you work with and how you navigate them is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life, in the workplace. No one told me that, and no one gave me that feedback, but that's my experience to share. So I just want to encourage all of the young Hankook Sarang Dharma family. Chan helped me, and I'm confident it can help you too.
Very good. Thank you for the feedback. Yes, definitely. This is our track record. We help a lot of young people. This is what I tell you, what I bring up is basically the experience that we witnessed. We saw these people develop into tremendous assets for their communities, for their companies, for their families. It really makes a huge difference. And it's not talk, it's about hard work. These people put in a lot of hard work, and they're very special people. They have enough blessings to be able to endure very difficult training, to be honest with you. It's not a simple thing. Some of the young people would come to us and thinking they can take it easy and get through with manipulating others or BSing through it, but they will fall out. Will fall off because there's no faking it in our environment. You put in hard work, then you will reap the rewards and the benefits of your hard work. But if you only BS and talk, what Master Shunha called Kou Tou Chan, you practice Chan with your mouth instead of with your body and with your mind. You're only talking and talk, okay? And then you get very little benefits. This is what I see as a big problem with meditation as the way it's taught out there in this day and age. People are too scared to tell you the truth. Chan is hard work, and you need to endure the hardship. If you are willing to do that, you reap great benefits. Okay? Yes, 3.
Master, I wanted to thank you for the daily lectures for this past Chanchi. I feel like I've benefited the most from the lectures that you give. There are often days when I'll feel afflicted or I'll be depressed, and when I listen to a lecture, like the lecture that night, usually there's something about it that makes me realize I can let it go. And also I feel like over time during Chanchi, I feel like the lecture has made me more focused on the thoughts that have been being produced in my mind, and looking deeper and deeper and monitoring those. It's been very beneficial for me. And also thank you very much for yesterday. I learned not to be afraid of raising my voice because I was always afraid of becoming angry again.
I see. Okay, very good. We will eventually, Peter and I will figure out a way to bottle this and sell it. These Dharma talk things, the essence of Dharma talks only. Yes, in the back. One.
Yeah, cảm ơn thầy. So, piggybacking on what Peter said, during this Chanchi, I thought a lot about incorporating 5 minutes of meditation in my classroom. And I'd like to get some guidance on how that could start. But I'd really like to see how just 5 minutes of meditation in my classroom every day will change my students, and not just academically, but in terms of how they are as people. So if you can give me some guidance on that, or if you think that's something that I should do. Thank you.
How old are your students?
13 to 14-year-olds.
Oh my God, forget it. That's an impossible age to teach them to be still.
No, they can do it if you make it a competition.
I see.
Or extra credit.
Yes, I see. Give them, train them like dolphins. Give them fish, yes. YouTube comment. We open for suggestions. See, we challenge. You see, as soon as I said, let's make this available to the young generation, and people immediately respond and say, how do I do it? Very good. YouTube.
2 comments from YouTube. The first is from Cordelia. Emitofuo, thank you, and thank you to the Venerables for everything. I'm starting to learn to accept myself and learning to deal with my internal afflictions without judgment or penalizing myself. And second comment is from Daniel. Master, I feel that I'm not worthy of your Dharma, but miraculously I'm able to participate in events, although through the web, but following you is the best thing I have going for myself. Thank you for allowing me to stick around.
Which Daniel? Is it? Certainly not the Catholic guy.
SF Daniel.
SF Daniel, okay. Okay, it's difficult. You see, Daniel is very tough. He hang in there, even though it's a big struggle for him. The cultivation, can I be honest with you? Cultivation is very unglamorous. It's about surviving and not giving up. If you keep on, you keep at it, you don't give up, eventually you get something very, very significant. Okay? And so that's how I learn. I learn that it's something that you do for yourself, and then and by not giving up, by enduring the hardships and difficulties, it makes you a better person. Okay. I have 3 people here. Okay, we have the live person here first. 4.
Dạ thưa thầy, đầu tiên con xin cảm ơn thầy đã tổ chức cái sự kiện này và con được tham gia. Con cũng cảm ơn các anh chị đã tu tập trước, giúp đỡ con rất là nhiều. Con muốn chia sẻ cái lợi ích mà con đã đạt được chỉ trong 3 ngày nhịn ăn của con. Dạ. Con nhịn ăn tại nhà 3 ngày. Lúc đầu con nghĩ là mình sao không thể nào mà làm được cái nhịn ăn mà chỉ với uống có 8 ao nước. Nhưng mà con tin tưởng vô mấy anh chị nói là được, và con đã làm thử. Ngày đầu tiên của con á, là con bị đau bao tử, nên lúc khoảng 9 giờ sáng á, sau khi nhịn ăn từ 2 giờ chiều ngày hôm trước tới 9 giờ sáng, con rất là đau bao tử và con đau bụng dữ lắm, con chịu không nổi. Bình thường là con phải dùng thuốc, tại vì con biết là cơ thể con nó đòi ăn, nhưng mà con đã nhất quyết không ăn. Con lên giường nằm và mở chú dược sư. Mặc dù con không có thuộc, con chỉ nghe thôi, nhưng mà con cũng đã vượt qua cái đó. Thì con ngủ luôn. Sau khi con tỉnh dậy thì con không còn đau nữa, và 2 ngày sau cơn đau đó không quay trở lại nữa, thưa thầy. Và tới bây giờ con cũng không cần phải dùng thuốc nữa. Sau khi nhịn ăn 3 ngày thì con mới phát hiện ra là mình cũng không cần phải ăn để nuôi cái cơ thể này, vẫn được. Và từ đó là con, sau đó là bắt đầu là con không có cần phải bị lệ thuộc vào cái thức ăn nữa. Từ lúc con đi qua Mỹ cách đây 7 năm thì càng ngày con càng tăng cân. Nhưng mà sau khi nhịn ăn 3 ngày, tự nhiên con lại điều khiển được cái chuyện ăn của mình, và con nó giảm cân được 12 pound. Và con rất là vui, con rất là happy với cái cơ thể của mình hiện giờ. Con thấy vui, mình rất là vui mình làm được chuyện đó. Con xin cảm ơn tất cả, xin cảm ơn thầy và các anh chị. Điều thứ hai nữa mà con học được từ cái thiền thất này là lúc trước mỗi lần mà con muốn ăn chay, con muốn đi chùa, thì lúc nào con cũng gặp cái sự phản đối từ gia đình con, nhất là từ ông xã con. Mà con thấy là rất là phiền não về cái chuyện đó, con rất là khó chịu, buồn lắm. Và lúc nào con cũng không có vượt qua được cái chuyện đó. Nhưng mà lần này ông xã con ông cũng phản đối, và con cũng phản đối, nhưng mà con lại không có thấy là nó không thấy buồn nữa. Dạ, con cứ từ từ không cho con đến chùa thì con ở nhà con nghe, không cho con đi thì con trốn đi. Lúc ông xã con không có nhà thì con lại trốn đi. Và con không thấy là khó chịu nữa, con thấy bình thường. Dạ. Dạ thưa thầy.
Emitofuo, I apologize if I cannot translate everything. So first of all, I would like to thank Master that have organized this Chanti Summer Tea for all of us here. And I also appreciate all of the Dharma brothers and sisters around here that helped me tremendously, sharing me the benefit that I have been experienced during my fasting for 3 days. I did it at home, and I don't know how I can do that because only drink 8 ounces of water is impossible. So I believe, and I tried. So the first day, my stomach got hurt from 2 o'clock until 8 in the morning. The next day is very painful. So normally I have to use medicine. So
what kind of medicine is that?
Dạ thưa thầy, đó là cái omeprazole 40 mg ạ.
What kind?
Dạ. Omeprazole 40 mg ạ.
What is that? That is that medication? What does it treat?
Dạ, trào ngược dạ dày. Nó ức chế tiết axit của cơ thể lại ạ.
So acid reflux to deal with the acid. Can you get the name and look it up? Yeah, please. I'm curious as to what kind of medication she has to take daily, right?
Master, is omeprazole. It's like Prilosec. It's the same type of
Prilosec.
Yeah.
I see. I don't know Prilosec. I heard of it, but what does it do?
It treats heartburn.
Heartburn, okay. Okay, acid reflux and heartburn and so forth. I see. Wow, so she has to take heartburn medication often, huh? That's no good. Oh boy, you're asking for trouble. Okay, very good. There's no need to take heartburn medication. If you meditate or you do this kind of, go through this training here, we'll address the issue. We'll balance out, balance it out. So I'm glad that she's able to endure. That's a long time from 2 p.m. to 8 a.m. That's a long, long time. She's crazy. That's impressive. All right. Continue. Translation. Thank you.
So I then decided to lay down on my bed and turn on Medicine Master mantra recitation. Even though I don't memorize that, I can only listen. Somehow I was able to rise above it. And after I wake up, I don't feel any pain. And I felt like I don't have to use the medicine anymore. And I can feel that even though my body tells me to eat, but actually I don't have to eat the food. I don't have to depending on eating anymore. Because when I first come to the United States 5 years ago, I started to gain weight. And so during this fasting, I was able to loosen up 12 pounds. And I was able to do that. And I really appreciate Master and everybody, Dharma brothers and sisters, for encouraging me of doing this. And second part is, so when I first, what I learned from this Chanchi is that before I wanted to be vegetarian. I want to go to the temple, and I have a lot of disapproval, 反对, from my resistance from my family, especially my husband, and that made me feel very sad. And every time I want to do that, my husband always resists me. And this time I also resist him back, and I don't care, and I just go to the temple. And I feel like this is a normal thing to do. So if he stop me from going to the temple, I stay home and listen to the Dharma talk. If he doesn't allow me to go to the temple, I will sneak out and go to the temple. And I feel that it is very normal to do so.
No comment. Yes, 8.
Master, this lady, she haven't come to the temple for a long time. She came pretty recently, but she has been doing a lot for the temple. So I personally wanted to thank her for the things she has done for the temple.
That explains it, because as I listen to her story, to her to have pain in the stomach for that long period of time, that's 12 hours plus 6, 18 hours straight. That's severe. It's not an easy thing at all. And so normally I don't recommend you do that. Normally you should stop, okay? But this lady here is rather rather audacious. I would have stopped myself personally, okay, because that's too long. But what she did is she listened to the medicine master mantra. That's really helps her, okay, and so she got a lot out of it, and hopefully her stomach is a lot better now than before, okay, and she should continue to. This is the miracles of the medicine master Buddha Dharma. She should try to memorize a mantra and recite it because she got the response from the mantra, okay, for being willing to endure it, okay. You have to do something before you get the response. Don't expect us to fix problems for you. You're not impressing the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Okay, so she endured it, and I feel that she got the response from the medicine master mantra. She has affinities with it, so keep it up. Okay, very good. And then you learn to be more patient. Don't get afflicted. Don't blame others for your afflictions, because it stopped you from going, from eating vegetarian, and so forth. It's just something is an obstruction. You will court with conditions. You try your best. You try your best. That's all you have. No need to get afflicted. Okay. Bide your time. Yes, we have some questions here from JC. There's a delay because of the transmission from all the way from Korea to here. Every time we bring up JC, in particular, there's a 2-minute delay. So bear with it.
안녕하세요. 어떤 사람이 법을 지어서 그릇에 담지 못하고 흘려버릴 수도 있는지, 만약에 그런 경우가 있다면 원인이 무엇인지, 그리고 만약 그 원인을 알고 나서 그 원인을 바로 잡으면 그 흘려버린 복을 되찾을 수 있는지 궁금합니다. 이상입니다. 감사합니다.
Master, I have a question about blessing. Somebody create blessing, but he cannot keep it, and he lost it. Is it possible? And then is there a cause for losing the blessing? And if he fix the cause, if he fix the problem, can he get the blessing again?
I need specifics, but in general, blessings cannot be stolen. They cannot hack into your blessings account and take it out like they can hack into your bank account or your cryptocurrency accounts. Blessing accounts are very well protected. They're yours until you decide to give them away. They're solely yours. No one can touch it. Okay? And so that's the nature of blessings. Blessings are there. Blessings are forever. Never mind. Okay. Okay? So this is one of the safest assets you're going to have. Anyway, I'm exaggerating a little bit, of course. So blessings are yours to keep, and no one can touch them. No one can steal them from you at all. No one. Not even Buddhas, not even Bodhisattvas. And actually we can. Never mind, we're not going to that. Not going there. They would never do that. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas would never steal from you anyway. And the only way for you, for your blessings to become depleted, is that you use them. So, for example, let me be specific for you. Okay, let's say you practice fasting here. You practice meditation here during a chanchi, and because of the nature of your practice, you generate a lot of, as I term it, goodness blessings. Okay, blessings that are designed to do goodness, to do good things for you and for anyone, for everyone. Okay, and you create a lot of those blessings, and they get deposited into your blessings account. Okay, that's yours. No one can touch it. Not the ghosts, not the demons, no one. Okay? And how do they manifest? They manifest in your desires. You have blessings, and you say, I'd like to have a red car. Now everyone is paying attention. Everyone will say, I don't know, this is so boring. So the blessings then are transformed into things for you. So what worldly people don't realize, that you can wish all you want. You can wish that you can win a lottery. You can wish you can go to Vegas and win a blackjack and pull those levers, okay, and succeed at doing those. Or go to Vegas and count cards and so forth, okay? And those, you will not be able to get the money. Money will not come to you unless it's from your prior blessings. Am I making sense to you? This is what worldly people are confused about. They say that, who cares about blessings? Let me go and cheat someone and steal it from someone. Okay? Okay. Two things here in that event. Two scenarios. Number one, it's because your own blessings that go through the other person you steal. Okay? Because the person owes you. Okay? It's your blessings. Without the blessing, you cannot get it through that person. Okay? Number two, is you don't have blessings, but you manage to con someone and steal from them. Then what it means is that you're getting a loan. That's all you're doing. And you have to repay that with interest. Nothing is free in life, my friends. Am I making sense to you? If, for example, you steal things, basically now you owe them those things. And eventually, you have to pay them back plus interest. So this is where worldly people are so confused. They said, I don't care. I steal from you. Now I get money. I put it in my bank account. It's mine. Okay? Hey, ha, 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 you loser. Okay. But they don't realize that it doesn't stop there. There's some consequences. Okay? So this is where ordinary people are confused. Your money, your salary, your house, they're all from your blessings. All right? So that's why the fact you cultivate and you generate these blessings, good things will happen to you. What if you say, I have blessings, of course, I've been cultivating for 5 weeks now, 4 weeks now, I must have a lot of blessings. Can I have a car? Can I have a wife? Okay? And it doesn't happen. It's a lot more complicated than that. Okay? Yeah. But regardless, for you to get good things happen to you, it comes from blessings. Okay? And it's not always, you're not always able to translate blessings into things because there's things called obstructions. Okay? So it's a lot more fluid than you think. But the bottom line is still, you still have the foundation, your blessing, before they can be translated into material things, into happiness, into promotions, into salaries, into a house, into children, and so forth. Okay? Regardless. Yes, Way Mountain.
Master, I just wanted to respond to Tui, is that about her question, she asked about how to help with the children meditation.
She's not here. We don't have to answer her.
Okay.
Lucky
Never
us.
mind then.
Go ahead.
I was about to say that I used to be a teacher for a year, and my mentor used to tell me that before 5 minutes before class, help students with something, doing some kind of activity to engage them in study, do spiritual or whatever you want to do is your own discrete. So I teach them how to recite Kuan Yin. So before 5 minutes before class start, I teach them to recite Kuan Yin. So I hope that with this, she can actually help teach her children that way as well. And that would plan to the blessing for the children.
It's a great idea. The only problem is that the Catholics or the Jews or the Mormons might object to this. Why do we teach their children to recite Wan Yin's name? That's a big problem. Okay. Yes, definitely. At Master Xinhua's boys' school, when I was teaching for a short while, every class, usually we teach our students to recite Wan Yin's name with a small whitfish. So it makes it easier for them to recite. Children, you cannot teach them to count breath. It's too abstract for them. You need, for children, I would teach them recitation. Okay, that's a lot easier for them to follow something. Okay, so simple things like Wan Yin's name, or Buddha's name, or I don't know, mantras or something. Okay, but we have this problem. That is, the non-Buddhists might object to it. They may complain to the principals and the authorities, and the teachers will get in trouble. Okay, so I have to think about it. I don't know. Can we leave it open for now? Okay, and because we're running out of time, unless you can come up with something that's non-religious. Okay, it's difficult to teach that to the children. I don't know. Maybe we can rotate. We can, for example, recite Wan Yin's name one day, next day recite Mother Mary or something, the next day, and so forth. And next day we recite Victor Hugo. I don't care. Okay. But recitation will be very helpful, extremely helpful. This is what we did at the novice program by Master Xinhua. We teach them recitation because kids, they can't handle abstract things yet. So it's much easier for them to memorize things and recite. Okay, maybe recite something like Maha Prajna Paramita. Maha Prajna Paramita will open their wisdom. Okay, create blessings for them, and it's not really religious. It's about Prajna wisdom. Do you need to help them recite? And that's what I recommend. And she's got the right ideas. That is, you need to give them candies and give them rewards. Children, they need to see the connection between doing something good and the reward associated with it. It's not easy for them to connect, make the connection, okay, until they get older and not be as attached to small things. Okay. So what do you think? What else can we teach them? I don't know. Okay. Yes, Wei Mao.
Thank you, Master. I'm so thankful you brought this up. And I was for Chui, for Lena on YouTube, for my sisters who work in education, for my wife who works in education. I think you have a tremendous opportunity to offer young people exposure to meditation. And growing up as the child of a school teacher, and my aunts and uncles were school teachers as well, there was one mantra that I got exposed to very early on as a child. I knew it was a mantra because when I said it, I didn't have to think, and I was always sleepy. And at the beginning of every school day, you can recite the Pledge of Allegiance, which doesn't require any thinking and will always be accepted as something that can be recited. So, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will always be accepted in any school district in America and is particularly applicable to American Mahayana.
Yeah, it would work for Americans, but probably not for the Chinese or Russians.
This is not communist China. Yeah, this is, yeah.
Yeah.
So just putting that out as a solution, as a very safe, non-denominational recitation that can happen. I think the technology is crossing your legs. The exposure to that, if you can have a Dungeons and Dragons club, we can have a meditation club. And I'll show up and help.
Yeah. Reciting the Pledge of Allegiance doesn't create a lot of blessings, as many blessings as you were to recite the Bodhisattva's name, the Buddha's name, the mantra, and so forth. So yes, as you have the advantage of alienating only the Chinese and the Russians, but you are not creating a lot of blessings yourself. Okay, so.
And Master, if I may, there are significant case studies, specifically in Baltimore City, inner Baltimore City public schools, where having children have the option to just have seated silent meditation as an alternative to punishment for bad behavior greatly benefited the children. Like tremendous benefits. Behaviors modified, self-awareness changed. They had a moment of calm and quiet in their day when they would normally be being berated for behaviors that are happening because of their lives. They're stressed out, they're overwhelmed. So just offering the quiet seated meditation, there's already case studies that show the benefits, which is where I'm coming from. It's, we have navigating the secular part is important, but just giving the benefit is so important.
Excellent. As we are arguing about this, debating about this, I thought of a mantra. you can teach them to recite this. I will do no evil, I will do only good, and I will save all living beings. 3 phrases. Okay? And much shorter than a Pledge of Allegiance. It will generate a lot of blessings, tremendous blessings for them. You see, that's what I'm talking about. The blessings of goodness that's encapsulated in those 3 sentences. Okay? That's the foundation of Buddhism, by the way. I will do no evil. Google too? Never mind. I will do all good, and I will help all living beings. Yes, Professor Jane in the back. My God, we're going over time now, folks. Stop me when you feel like it.
I was just was going to ask you to repeat this.
The mantra?
Yeah.
I left out the sopa because I don't want to have too much of a Buddhist flavor. I will do no evil. I will only do good. And I will help all living beings. Keep reciting that. I will do no evil. I will do all good. I will help all living beings. I will do no evil. So that it beats into the brains and programs the brains and the hearts. Okay? Yes, JMT.
한국어 유튜브에 올라온 아름치님의 질문입니다. 안녕하세요. 작년에 귀한 이병입니다. 마스터의 가르침에 감사드립니다. 지난 법문 중에 사고로 죽은 영이 다른 영을 끌어들여야 벗어날 수 있다고 하셨는데 왜 그런지 궁금합니다.
Hello, this is Lee Byung. I took refuge last year. Thank you for your Dharma teaching. Yesterday, you talk about the spirit, the ghost. They can escape when they let other people die. I wonder the reason.
Wonder the reason? It just happens. They need a replacement. They're bound there until someone replaces them. That's all. Yes, JC.
네, 안녕하세요, 마스터. 이번 미국에서 불칠, 선칠 보내면서 제가 단식하면서 느꼈던 3가지 공유하고자 말씀드리겠습니다. 첫 번째는 일단 계속해서 약사주를 외웠습니다. 약사주를 외우니까 머리 아프거나 몸이 좀 아프던 것들이 좀 많이 낫고 사람들이 밥 먹을 때 쳐다보면 조금 힘들긴 한데 그때도 계속 약사주를 외웠더니 좋아졌습니다. 그리고 2번째는 불칠하면서 단식을 하니까 거의 하루에 1시간 정도밖에 못 잤는데 전혀 피곤하지 않는데 그래도 쉬어야 되겠다는 생각에 자고 일어나면 몸이 더 무겁고 힘들었습니다. 그래서 잠을 자지 않고 그 시간에 계속 돌아다니면서 좀 일거리 도울 수 있는 것들을 했는데 그러고 나니까 에너지가 더 많이 넘쳐서 지금은 일상생활할 때도 전혀 피곤하거나 그런 게 없었습니다. 그리고 세 번째는 좀 힘이 들거나 그럴 때 심심하니까 유튜브나 영상을 봤는데 그거를 보면은 굉장히 뭔가 에너지가 빠져나가는 게 느껴지고 힘이 점점 떨어져서 그래서 영상 같은 거를 보지 않는데 그러니까 더 좋았습니다. 그래서 다음에 만약에 단식하시는 분들이 계시면 제 경험이 좀 도움이 된다면은 같이 이렇게 도움을 나누고 싶어서 말씀을 드렸습니다.
Master, I want to share my fasting experience during Fuji and Chanji in US. I felt three things. During my fasting, I recite Medicine Master Buddha's mantra, and I had a headache, but it disappeared. And at lunchtime, I keep reciting the mantra, so it helps me a lot. And during the Fuji,
Why lunch? What's the big deal, lunch?
lunchtime, he has to come down to the...
Oh no, such torture. They're hungry and we make them go to the dining hall and sit with us and smell the food. Okay, continue.
So during Fuji, I fasted, so I slept just 1 hour. I wasn't tired, but I thought that I have to sleep. So I slept, then after sleeping, my body became heavy and more difficult. So instead of sleeping, I keep working. Then I got more energy and I didn't get tired. And third thing, when I felt bored, when I felt difficult, I watched the YouTube video. Then I felt that I lose my energy, and it does not help me. So I stopped watching YouTube video, and then I become better.
Netflix.
So I hope my experience help other people.
Very good, excellent. Yeah, a couple of things. I'm glad that she shared her experiences with us. This is very helpful. First of all, when you're cultivating, when you're fasting like this, when you're tired, try to fight it instead of just lying down and rest. That's the trick. Okay? And number two, when you watch the YouTube and those videos and work on your computers, it drains your chi. So that's a drainage for you. So be careful. It makes it more difficult for you to concentrate or last longer. Okay, and another idea that I just came up with, I just thought of, thanking to your suggestion, is that for the children, you start first with those recitation things, and I would then one day would bring up the thing: has anyone been bullied? Has anyone been approached by drug dealers? Huh? Has anyone been, and so forth. At the school, it's rampant nowadays, right? And so if many kids will raise their hands and say, how would you like to learn a mantra called Wan Yin Pusa? Okay, so that when you're in trouble, recite Wan Yin Pusa and you get help. Okay, so you tie the process, instead of tying it to Buddhism, whatever, tie it to getting out of trouble. Okay, so I would do those two things for now. It would be a very good start. Okay? Yes, Way Mountain, comment. I'll be here as long as you want.
Can you hear me? Yes? Okay.
It's 9:12 already.
Okay. So I came from a public school setting. So I remember when my teachers, was one of my teachers or two of my teachers used to be, used to say like things that religious based, and I was very afflicted and I didn't like it. I felt very uncomfortable. So from then on, I always suggest, even when I go to my parish or whatever, when I used to do that, I always suggest to my parish not to do anything that contradicts the beliefs of the children or the teenagers. Like if a teacher comes to me and says, "Oh, you could recite this mantra," I'll be very uncomfortable. Probably won't leave the classroom at that point because I'll be very uncomfortable.
Okay.
I don't even. I would even the Pledge of Allegiance. I know that Jehovah's Witnesses will actually get in conflict with that too. So I just believe that it could not be secular. It has to be secular. It cannot be. It has to encompass our religions and our beliefs. And I think Peter has a great idea of putting like a club. A club is the most excellent idea ever.
Very good. Thank you for your input. Non-Buddhist person. Yes, JC.
아미타불, 저번에 스승님 말씀대로 수행공덕을 회양하니까 저희 어머니 그 수술이 잘 마무리되고 금방 퇴원하셨습니다. 그리고 지금 몸에 있는 부정한 것들이 그 이후로 많이 빠져나간 것 같아서 그래서 그 효과를 좀 알려드리고 싶어서 말해봤습니다.
So as you said last time, I transferred my merit and virtue to my mother. Then the surgery went well, and she came home quickly. And I felt my bad thing from my body came out. So thank you.
Oh, thank you for sharing with us. I'm glad your mom is back home and doing okay. Thank you for sharing with us. Way Mountain.
Master, also there is one thing that I have done with the kids was that I taught them your methods of standing meditation. So during the standing meditation, I quietly recite great compassion mantra to them, and at the end of the day, they say that they feel better. So I hope that that would be another method for them. Teach them standing meditation.
Standing meditation. Wow, I forgot all about standing meditation. How do you do standing meditation again?
Master say that you stand by, you spread your leg equal to your shoulder, and then you have your arm touch each other, and imagine there is 3 balls. One is you hug the balls, and one is through your arms, and to your 2 arms, so it's the 3 balls, and then you focus on your navel.
Sound like Qigong to me. Okay, so the Buddhists might object to that. Very good. Okay, whatever. Just have variety. I think it should be cool. Some people, like Daniel, Catholic Daniel, might object to some. So we try something else. It's okay. Okay? Yeah. All right. Any more questions or comments? Time is up. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for your input. Back to meditation. Last chance. What happened to the kids? I kind of miss them. I kind of miss the background noise when they're so loud. I can't even hear myself. What happened?